belong to you. I belong to you. Do just what you want. You're the one that tries.
What's up, guys, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about my loaded Tien. This board is currently not set up and it has seen better days. It's not set up because I'm actually riding my Apex 40 Diamond Drop right now, but I will give you my thoughts on this deck. The construction of the deck hasn't changed in a while, so I know that there's a new graphic, but it's just a new graphic. Anyway, so I will say that this is, I'll give pluses and then I'll give minuses. Yeah, anyway, I will say this is one of my favorite boards to do how to tricks on, actually. So as you can see, this is a drop-through board that makes it really low to the ground. So when it comes to pushing, cruising, carving, those things are all going to be really, really great on this board. It also has, I want to say 27-inch wheelbase, in which case that gives it a nice, stable, carvy, fun wheelbase, and making it very nimble. Because it is really flexible, that makes it really good for carving. But I actually like doing a lot of freestyle. So I tend to show up with this board to the skate park. Basically, because it sits lower to the ground, when you go to pop it, there's less time between the kicktail hitting the ground, which is something that I like for freestyle. I like using lower degree trucks. A lot of people use 50, but if you have a drop through that allows me to use 50, even though I would typically use a 43. Yeah, I'm getting really techie. I don't mean to. Basically, it allows you to sit lower to the ground. Pop is fun. Because the base plate is right here, it gives it a nice place for the arc of your foot to rest when you do 1 foot manual tricks, which I do a lot. If you've seen my videos, you know that to be the case. I like 1 foot manual combos. I just think they're really fun. I also find that it is a really fun board to do kickflips on. Typically, like for a skateboard, when you do a kickflip, you're gonna do a kickflip flicking your foot off of the nose. Longboards tend to be big, and no one really has that wide of a foot stance to be flicking off the nose of a longboard. So we tend to use the concave. The concave is not super steep or aggressive on this board, but for some reason, when I flick it right off the rail, it slides perfectly and it flips really fast, and I really enjoy it. One other thing that it is not expected to do, but is actually really good at, if you look at the bottom, you can see a lot of rubby wax marks, etc. This is a really fun board for board slides. You wouldn't think that a flexi board would be, but it actually really is, especially just for rails. Ledges, I tend to not use this board for. It's not that as bad, but I like to use it on rails. Here's the reason. Because it has camber, which is what this little shape on the board is, because it has camber and it's really flexy, when you hop onto a rail, it kind of hugs the rail, keeping you nice and locked in. And even though it's a flexible board, that makes you feel really stable, which is something that I really, really, really like. Let's see, I got a Flex 1, and I find that to be plenty stiff. It's not gonna bottom out unless I intend for it to bottom out. Yeah, or if I just like accidentally land in the center of the board, which don't do that. Yeah, cons, I guess. When you have a board this low to the ground, just drop through, you're probably gonna need some wheel clearance, which is why you have cutouts. Cutouts mean you tend to have, well, smaller kicktail or less foot space. So when you go to land your tricks, if you're doing like a little hand flip trick, you gotta make sure you do not land over here, because you will touch the wheels and then you will fall or stumble. Either way, you're not staying on the board, and if you do, props to you. So that's the con, well, a con. If you don't like boards that are super low to the ground, that could be a con. I don't necessarily find it to be an issue. Also having other thoughts. Sometimes I notice when I do old school tricks, I tend to like land kind of heavy. And I find that the flex is really, really good for popping the trick. However, when it comes to landing the trick, sometimes it makes me kind of like trampoline off. So once you're used to it and you expect it and you look out for it when it comes to landing the trick, you should be fine. But if you are a person who likes to switch boards frequently like myself, I'm just curious and I have to try things. When I go to land a bigger flip trick on this board, sometimes the flex throws me off, and it's not bad though, but yeah. Anyway, I love the board. I hope you like the board too. And that'll be it. As always, guys, like, comment, subscribe, and I will catch you in another video. I'm also going to be doing a bunch of reviews on other boards that I ride, so stay tuned for that. Next one's probably going to be the Apex one.
You watch